frankly, what that is about the empirical fact that before the Great Society, before Lyndon Johnson's policies, there was more Black families united. The marriage rate in Black America was significantly higher before the Great Society. The period of time that coincides with that, obviously, is Jim Crow era. And then after the Great Society, the marriage rate in the Black community plummeted significantly. The Great Society is a part of that reason, not completely, but it's definitely a part of that. And what you're seeing right now in America is a reformation of Black families in America. That's a good thing, not only for the Black community and for Black families, but it's also a good thing for the country.
So what was the point of tying together the Black family and Jim Crow specifically? I mean, Jim Crow, as you know, was a period of racial segregation, of racial terror. Why would you make that connection?
All I was doing was referring to the time periods when you talk about the historical timelines in America and coinciding with Black families and what the marriage rate in Black families are.
Now, if anybody believes that that's all he was doing, you're stupid and you're dumber than you think you are. What he is doing is clickbait. The same thing that Representative Jasmine Crockett did when they sat there and passed that bill that said migrants can vote. Sent it to Congress. Congress didn't like it because of the addresses. And under another bill, not that same one, they passed something, but they left that part out. So that when the shit came back down to the House of Representatives, they and HR 192, they took out the second part that had to do with the repealing the Residency Act in DC. You'll see that was gone. And when I spoke to the assistance of Representative Crockett, she's going to tell me it didn't go to the Senate. Yes, it did go to the Senate, but under a different bill. That's all he's doing is clickbait. And that whole argument and fight was so that everybody could be talking about this except for what is actually really happening in America. I don't care. YouTube keeps censoring me. I don't care. I'm sending the videos out on Facebook and the other two things. So the WhatsApp, which is owned by Facebook, and X, Elon Musk thing. Because when you let other people come into the country, like Donald Trump and Joe Biden are doing, and you're the president or a presidential candidate, and you're not talking about this, you are part of those capitalists who want to round everybody up and make sure that you don't have the general wealth that this idiot is talking about. So you get an idiot in a suit and a tie, and you put him up here, and you let him run his mouth and say it. It's all clickbait. He could have talked about the rise of Black family marriages today is higher than it has ever been in any period. And that has nothing to do with Jim Crow. You didn't have to go back and mention Jim Crow. He knew exactly what the fuck he knew. See, there's a house nigga in every generation. People don't want to be married. Back during Jim Crow, he didn't mention nothing about all the other races that they were suppressing. You make it sound like the Asians had it good that were here in America. The Native Americans had it good that were here in America. What are those? The Dutch people. You make it seem like they had it good in America all of this back during Jim Crow. What about the women that were being beaten and raped? The Suffrage Act that started as a result of that. So you leave all of that out and you focus in on Black and Black families being married. The divorce rate has never been higher than it is right now, no matter what group of people, because people ran out and did what you said. And I'm going to have a 2-family home, and we're going to get married. We're going to raise our kids. And the divorce rate is skyrocketing. Because you can't force two people to live together, to stay together. There's a reason to get married. What you're talking about is a business. The business of getting married so that the government can take care of a certain class, a certain group of people, the middle class people, the rich people, and anybody else who doesn't fit into that class, to hell with them. So this is clickbait. And it's working just like it did with Jasmine Crockett when she got in that fake argument with Margaret Taylor Greene. It's working. But the next people that are going to take over this country, they're not going to accept you, Byron. They're not going to accept none of your kids that you have. And then you talk about this marriage like everybody else did. And the next thing you know, y'all are having a baby by somebody else, a second child by somebody else, but at one side of your face. Because you promoting this black marriage and black family and generational wealth as if blacks are the only ones that have access to it. It's happening in every race of people, not just black people. I gotta go. But please, somebody Jim Crow him. Not his wife, not his kids, just Jim Crow his ass. So he understand what the fuck Jim Crow really meant. The black families during Jim Crow marriage was higher. They wouldn't even allow the people to get married, you fucking dumbass house nigga. People wanted to get married, they deny them a certificate. They had to come up north and get the shit. Or they had to do what some people call now, if you live together for more than 7 years, they call it common law marriage. You're a fucking idiot. And everything that you're saying and all the attention that you're saying is going to draw it right back to you. Yeah, look at her face. I know it's skeptical and you don't believe it. I gotta go. It's a fucking idiot. Always a house nigga. Always a house nigga.